Happy Thursday, everyone! Yo, 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 yo! How is it going? I hope you had a fabulous week. Do we say fabulous? Whatever. Freaking awesome week! That's what I hope that you had. We're on a virtual assistant quest, in case you didn't notice. Yoshi went missing, so that's why you didn't see a dog running around here at all. And he left some treasures for us and for you on the way. And while I'm on the hunt and trying to figure out where he is, we have to solve 1 or 2 riddles, or 3 or 4, who knows. So the thing is that every week now we have to conquer a tool to then finally find Yoshi and the treasure chest. Treasure box. Jack said treasure box last week, so maybe it's a box. So anyway, last week we covered You Can Book Me. So as a logical consequence, after you've booked a call with your client, and of course you nailed it because you bought the DNK starter kit, and that's why you definitely know what you're going to do and how you rock this discovery call. Then you start your working relationship and start to toggle your time. Bonjour, everyone. Hello. Sayonara. Hello. And, all the other languages. So now that we finally actually do have some clients, we have to start and track our time to harvest the fruits of our achievements. I still find that pretty funny. So there are a lot of tools out there, obviously, that can do the time tracking and stuff. And a lot of you probably know Toggle. But I'm going to show you an alternative today, which is called Harvest. Bam! That's why my joke is funny, right? So we're going to discover Harvest together today, and I will show you how you can track your time, what's it all about with clients and projects, all the reports, issues, how you can do that, and the awesome thing that Harvest can do is you can do invoices. So I actually find this pretty neat. So what I can show you, why do I get angry and sad faces? Is there a bug? Apparently a bug. Facebook is a bug, whatever. So I just have a small issue with my keyboard because I don't know how you roll, but once this is broken, it's super annoying because it's not level anymore, and now it always makes these weird noises when I type, so I'm super pissed. I put a piece of paper underneath so that it stops with the wibbly wobbly thing. So anyway, back to Harvest, back to business, and let's start tracking, right? Let's get cracking, let's start tracking. Oh my god, most of the time I find myself more funny than I should have. So, okay, let's hop over to Harvest right now. So you can actually get Harvest. I'm just checking if I'm actually switch it over or not. Apparently I did not. Man, why don't all my shortcuts not work? Why do my shortcut? Yeah, whatever. So you can get Harvest at getharvest.com. Yay! Because Harvest is a different URL. So you just type into your address bar www.getharvest.com, and you can try Harvest for free. So as it is with most of the tools that I'm showing you, there is a free plan and there is always a pay plan available too. So the cool thing is, the thing is that Harvest always comes with all the options. That's pretty damn freaking cool. But The free version only allows you one person and 2 projects. That's a bummer. I mean, Toggle allows a lot more projects, but then the functionalities are a bit restricted. But Harvest gives you all the functionalities, but just 2 projects. So yeah, it depends on if you really fall in love with it, which I think it really has potential. It could be a keeper, like Harvest could really be a keeper. So that's why you can see it's the free version is like 1 person, 2 projects, all the functions. The solo thing is 1 person unlimited projects. It's $12 per month, or if you pay yearly, it's just $10. I think that could be a really pretty nice, could be an awesome expense, right? Business expense. So your first business expense could be Harvest, whatever. So that's I'm turning my sound off on my mobile phone, because do not keep your sound on when you do important things, right? Okay. So as you can see, but when you sign up for Harvest now, you get a fully functional 30-day trial. So I'm signing up with Google again because it's pretty damn easy, and I'm using my test URL again so that you can see my test email, not URL. I'm talking crap. So then when you start to get your domain and get your account, you can decide on a company name. So I'm going to call it Moni Does Stuff, because I already tried it out with Moni Rocks Your Socks, and I can't use the same thing twice, right? So you choose your company name, and then it starts to create your backend. So you can then decide if you want to try for a personal or non-professional use, or for your freelance business, or for your team and organization. I tried for my freelance business. Then you can decide what currency you want to do that in. So all the currencies are there, obviously. Then you can decide what time and date format you want. I am so Austrian that that's how I roll with my date and time, when the week should start on, how you want your numbers to be formatted, and you can choose your industry. I choose web design because that's the closest one. That's actually what I do. I do web design, people, right? So how did you find us? I just left that blank because whatever. So as you can see, there is this small tutorial-y kind of thing, so you can watch the videos here.
Hi there.
But we're not going to do that because I'm going to do that with you. So as you see in the top bar, there's already a lot there. So you can click on time. That's where the time tracking happens. Time tracking. Get cracking, time cracking. They have a cat. Yeah, that's a bear though. And they have a pear laptop. So that's a bear with a mouse. How fun is that? I didn't even notice. Hilarious. Was there a cat or was it a bear? I think it was a bear. Look, he looks so bearish. Is that a kitty? That's a bear. Anyway, let's go back to time. So as you can see here, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it's a daily view and you have a weekly view. But we can look back to that when we created a project. I will just quickly lead you through all the top things. You can track expenses in that thing. Then there is the project, and while we're at it, we will definitely create one. So I'm creating a new project here. I have a client. Let's call it the Thankful Cow is my client. The project name is Get Kraken. Whatever. Project code, it's optional, it's unnecessary. Then if you have like projects that have a start and end date, you can enter that here. You can create some notes and stuff like that. But what I find pretty freaking cool is that you can immediately set an hourly rate for the project, for example. So you can do like if you have different contracts with different kinds of people and you have different hourly rates, which you shouldn't, but I know that it happens. So you can then, let's say 150 euros hourly rate. Wouldn't that be awesome? So you can select one for the project itself, or if you have a personal hourly rate. So it could be that you have different people working on the project. If you have work in a team, for example, then the people themselves can have different hourly rates depending on what it is that they do. Or you can have tasks hourly rates. So as you can see here at the bottom, there are different kinds of tasks that you eventually have to do within a project that can have different hourly rates. So let's just say you're a VA that does general admin, for which you charge less than when you do more techie things, or when you do graphic design, for example. So you could have a task that says general admin. You can add that here, and you can say my general admin is just 20 euros per hour, but programming, on the contrary, 70 euros per hour, and graphic design is 50 euros per hour, for example. So that's what you can do. So what depending on whatever it is that you're tracking and get cracking. I find myself so amusing today. Whatever. So then you will be able to automatically create an invoice out of that, which is pretty cool, right? I find it so cool. So that's what you can set up right here within each project that you're creating. And then you just scroll down, click on save project. Okay, some of my as you can see, I missed some tasks. I'm going to edit that and delete those because I can't be asked. And there you can also say this is billable hour. So this is something that you get paid for, or these are non-billable hours, for example. So it depends on what you agree on with your client. There are things, for example, if you're on calls and you don't charge for being on a call with your client, which you shouldn't, because it's working time, it's your working hours. So you should actually track the time that you're on a call with a client, because that's working on their business, so it should be paid. Excuse me. But you could eventually agree with them that that's not billable time. So you can at least add it here, but don't give it a price or say it's just not billable, for example. So since I deleted the two things, I can now save my project. Right, that's super freaking cool. And they're pretty funny too, because they want to fist bump with me. So I'm fist bumping Harvest right now. And I can want to go to the timesheet now. So we're back on time and timesheet, because now we want to start track our time. So what we do is just new entry, as you would. Then select the project that you have. I'm going to select Get Kraken, and I'm going to say I do some hardcore graphic design now. You can add some notes if you want to, and you can start the timer if you start right now. So if you start to track your time now, then you can just click on start timer, or you can add a number here already if you want to like track your time after you've done the thing, which is kind of weird, because you should track your time properly. I am really guilty of not tracking time properly because I have organizational issues. So let's just say I start to track my time now, and as you can see, it's the daily visual thingy, and you can also skip to week. It still continues to work here, but for example, if you need to re-enter your date, you can go to the weekly thing and then start entering whatever time you worked on your clients, for example. You can also do a new row if you, for example, then want to also track another task that you're doing for your client. So you also did some programming, did some website things and programmed lots of awesome stuff on Tuesday, for example. Then let's just say you programmed on Tuesday for 2 hours, and you can save that time. The cool thing is here, or depending on what it is that you're doing, you can submit whatever it is that you're doing here for approval to, I would say it's probably nice when you work in a team and you have someone that you have to report to, or eventually you can add your client to here, or that's just a thing that I feel could be a thing, that you submit the time to your client and the client approves it. But I'm not sure if that's really what it's meant for, but probably more for just reporting to someone that you should report to, and they have to approve the time that you used. Yes, Tom Harvest does have an extension. I'm going to show you that just in a second. They do not only have an extension, they do have an extension for Chrome or for Safari. They have a desktop app for Mac and for Windows, and they also do have a mobile app. So that's just, they have all the same things as Toggle does, just with a bit of more features. Well, more features as in what's free, but since you only have like 2 projects for free, that could be an issue. If you have more clients and more projects, that could be a bit more complicated. Because if you do decide to send your invoices through Harvest, then I think it will be really difficult to diversify or figure out which client gets which task, for example, and I think the reports would be a pretty huge mess. Yes, probably also with more bears. So here you can go to the projects part. You can see whatever active projects you have here. Then you can archive that one, or you can edit it, or you can duplicate that project. We're already in command, Captain. I really find those funny. I mean, I don't feel like it's the prettiest thing on earth. I kind of like the style of Toggle more, but it had the functionalities. They do convince me, I must say. So as you can see here, we're in the project part again. You can create new ones, or you can import one through an CSV file. Maybe if you want to like share projects with your other team members, for example, if they have their own Harvest and you are not working on a team per se, but they have their own Harvest account, I think it might be possible to just export whatever it is that you have here, export the projects, and they can import it on their end, which is kind of cool, right? So team, you can see that you can add people here. Also, you can add how many hours per week the people actually do work. And as you can see, depends on who the administrator is, but I'm not going to add people to the team now. There we go to the report section. So as you can see here, you have like a report with time. You can always also create a PDF out of that. That's just not as pretty as Toggles, but it's still functional and nice. So you can create your reports here, or you can say you want a detailed report. Then it will also tell you what time is used for what kind of thing. And you can decide if you want to, for example, just want to show all the hours, or just the billable hours, or the hours that you haven't invoiced yet, or all the hours that you do have invoiced. I find it pretty funny that Toggle is reminding me to toggle while I'm showing you Harvest. Hi, Eliane. So, you also have the option to see all the things that you haven't invoiced yet, and you can see the expenses that you created for your clients if you do have that often. So for example, if I go back to expense and add one, let's get Kraken. I did, you can say other, I stock pictures, stock photography, for example, I bought that, and I bought a package. So that's 5 pictures. That's what I bought. I can attach the receipt which is pretty cool too. And I can save my expense. So that's billable. Is it billable? Yeah. So that's where you can also submit all these things for approval. So if you then, you have the projects here. I showed you that already. The team is here. The reports. That's how it goes with the reports. And then there are the expenses again. So you can say this week, run the report. And you can see those are the expenses that you had for the client, for example. So if you do have things where you have a client that you pay a lot of things for, then you can also track that within Harvest and add all of that to the report that you send them every month or so. That's pretty sunny. You're illegally here. I know that you're, that's probably not right what you're doing right now, but I'm happy that you're all here. Of course, I'm also happy that Tom and Amanda and Eliane are here. It's just that you're illegally that makes me feel special. So, okay. Then if you click on invoices, you can create a new invoice. Choose a client. That's a cow. And you can say create an invoice for track time and expenses. That's pretty cool, right? So you can create, I choose the project now. I choose Get Kraken by task. That's all the details that you want to. And you can all the details for your invoice. Let's just keep it like that. I'm not into reading it in detail, but you will be able to see that. And you can see here, so is the service Get Kraken, when it happened, how much, and the unity price. Unity. And then you can add notes if you, for example, want them to pay via bank account details, or if you have any legal issues here, you can enter those here. Click on Save Invoice. And while it's loading, we do dance. Right? The money on it is really, really cute. I agree with you. It's like super cute. Then you can have the web invoice here that you can send to people. Or you can download a PDF for that. You can create recurring payments. What the fork? Isn't that awesome? Sorry. My voice is starting to get really high. So you can attach the expense report, for example. That does that automatically. Isn't that cool? And eventually I would assume that if we open that expense receipt, eventually if I had uploaded something here, then maybe that would be there also. I can check later, but I think I have to do it all over again. But anyway, so that's the invoice. You can send the invoice. If you haven't entered a contact yet, you can even always edit the invoice, but when you... Sorry, I get distracted so easily. Then send invoice, and you can add a contact here. So that's what you can do in the manage section. So if you go back to manage and client, then you can edit your client. Enter an address here. And you can add a contact to your client, because most of the time you like talk to people personally, right? What, a flood in Berlin? I'm sorry to hear that. I hope everything's alright. I'm really sorry to hear that Berlin is flooded right now. I have to Google it later. So as you can see here, there you can add also your expenses categories when you click on manage. So as I showed you before, is what you saw is entertainment, lodging, meals, mileage. So for example, if you do have something like stock photography, then you can save the category like that. Or you can have unit prices, but stock photography apparently does not have unit prices. But for mileage, for example, it does. And you can click on so that's technically all the functions that you have here. So you can, as you can see, organize your clients. You can organize whatever tasks that you have. Vacation, it's a non-billable task, and vacation should be task. Okay, that's great to hear that it wasn't that bad. So the expenses, as I showed you, the roles, depends on who does what, and really more of the team feature. And what you can also do, which I really do like, is like change the appearance of the thing. You're assigned to all projects. Where was it? In settings. You can scroll down and you can click on edit preferences, and then if you scroll far down, you can make it your own color. Like, you can get rid of the ugly orange and suddenly it's your brand colors. Yay! That makes me excited. I don't know about you. It makes me really excited. I'm so excited. Sorry. Oh no, I'm totally fine. The cool thing is it would technically connect to your accounting thing. It does not connect to Dubsado, but it does connect to QuickBooks, because QuickBooks is, Dubsado is also not even really an accounting software, but QuickBooks is. So you could connect Harvest to QuickBooks too, which would be cool. And there are a lot of features that you, so when you go there to click on it again, settings, scroll a bit down and click on customize modules. What you can see here is what will show up at the top of the screen bar. So if you don't want to write invoices, if you don't need that, then you can click and then you can uncheck it. And when you when the page reloads again, it's gone. So that's pretty cool, because I figure not everyone wants to like write the invoices in Harvest. I would technically really love to use it, but I will still and forever and for a really, really long time at least write my invoices with Dubsado. So that's something I wouldn't use and therefore I wouldn't need, and would be nice if I didn't have to see it all the time, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so as I said, import, export your data, and 30 days free trial. That's practically most of the thing right now. But as I mentioned, you can also get apps and extensions for Harvest. So you can download it for iPhone or for Android. You can add it as a desktop app. Let's just do that right now because I can. Oh, I don't know if I can open that one. Yeah, let's just do that. Wow, that will most likely that will take forever now, but you're prepared, and you can track the time from your browser. Let's do that so we can see what it actually looks like. So as Tom asked before, there is an extension, so I'm adding that one right now. Bam. And as you can see here, it's already added. So my timer that's running is still running, so it pretty quickly connects me there to that one, and I can stop my timer now. And when I want to start the timer again, it looks pretty similar to what you saw before in all the other things. You can select the client. It looks pretty similar to Toggle, to be honest, but you can also have like just a bit bigger, and you can have a look at your timesheet really rather quickly, which is also nice, I think. And as I said, you have a day view and you have a week view, and you can do that through the desktop, through the Chrome extension or the web app. And if I ever find my app store again, there it is, install app, then we can have a quick look into the app there. I'm not 100% sure if it will probably look pretty much similar. Oh, fuck it, man. Fuck it, man. This should be a thing. Imagine the song Rocket Man, and we just changed the lyrics to Fuck it, man. Na 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 na. This should be a thing. I'm going to write that song, just so you know. I think I don't know my password. Let me just... That's not the one. Well... Ooh! No. No. I will leave it at that, okay? I don't know my password right now, so I can't download the app, but it's probably pretty simple and smooth and self-explanatory, because the only thing that you have to do is choose your project, your task, choose the thing that you do, and start the timer. That's practically it. Okay. I would say that's how Harvest rolls. So let's just hop right over. So that's Harvest rolls, and that's it for this week. I think it's pretty cool, actually. I had no idea that it was that cool. So whatever it is that you want to do, and if you don't have a lot of clients, like if you find with 2 projects, then that's pretty cool. If you feel like the functionalities like out level the ones that Toggle has and are worth the price, then that's something that you can do. Then go for it and pay $10 per month if you paid yearly. Yeah. We all have these kinds of tools that we pay money for, even though we technically really didn't have to. So that's why I'm a Trello Gold person. So anyway, thanks for joining in today, all of you lovely people. Yes, that's my password. How do you know? That's like an NDA disclosure, non-disclosure agreement. You just broke that one. Fuck it, man. Okay, so I hope you have an awesome rest of... People will try these password now. What if that's really my password? Maybe it is. It's not my password. So anyway, I hope you have a great rest of your week. See you again next week, where something nice and awesome will be coming up again. Yay! So I hope to see you all again soon, and get cracking and harvest. Good night, good evening, and goodbye.